Welcome back, everybody, to Battling Pool. It has reached its conclusive match. It will be the grand finals. Seed number 1 against seed number 2. GOAT against Megawatt. We've seen both of these teams already. We've seen both of these teams destroy on our stream already. So let's see how these teams are going to fight it out. Ooh, Splat says, how do we even choose against these teams? You don't. That's the thing. You don't.
They're going to choose.
Megawatt, absolutely strong. Senate, Yoshio, Pulp Scary, and Storm against Okami Fan. I don't know who that is. Okami Phoenix Bad. I believe that's Eric. I don't know. And Oreo. Some of these names are very familiar with us. A lot of these names are familiar with us. People who play Splatoon or watch Battling Pool regularly. To see our background here. They have some great matches today. And the seeding is absolutely top notch. 1, 2, 3, and again 4. Seed are also top 4 points. That's very good. The audience are turning again looking at the Twitch chat. So let's get the fix right up. Where battle time is on our way. We're gonna start it off with Splatstones and Hagglefish Market. We have not seen this map mode enough times in today's tournament, as we do see Megawatt whipping out that normal Splatana against that Carbon Rotor. These teams are having very similar weapon comps in terms of range. The big difference being that Katana over the Rotor and the E-Leader over the Notches. But let's see how these teams are going to fare it out. Megawatt takes the first zone capture here, but we saw it earlier. The first capture doesn't mean a whole lot if you cannot keep it. Tri-Strike coming out for GOAT. 2 splats as well, giving them the real opening push.
Yeah, it looks like GOAT with a 2 players advantage. They were able to really take control forward of the zone, but right now Megawatt not wasting any time, already on the counter offensive and getting 2 players down, and that means GOAT is going to probably keep the zone a little bit longer. And right now GOAT are like that was the one map mode on which they had lost in this tournament, and it doesn't look like it right now. They are on fire, they are getting the push done, and they are not relenting. They are not giving any space to Megawatt.
They really are not. That's what GOAT's supposed to do, right? The splash of mana goes down though, so does the hammer. Okami going in. The zone has been neutralized by Megawatt, and they can capture it here, but no! No, GOAT's just too strong to paint! Megawatt is not being able to do anything. The wave area goes out from the E-Leader, but will it be enough to get people away from the zone? Does not look like it, as the GOATs will win game 1 with a very strong opening.
Megawatt, they were so close to turning the zone yellow. They were so close to applying that penalty and keeping themselves alive. But GOAT said no. GOAT said this is our game 1. And we're going to get it as fast as we can, speedrunning the victory, and right now Megawatt, they already are, they already have to counterpick.
That's a very fast counterpick.
Yeah.
But maybe a fast counterpick is a good thing, because maybe they just didn't like this map mode, even though everyone likes Hagglefish zones.
Honestly,
I don't know a single person who dislikes Hagglefish zones. Like I'm honest. It's like Megalmark from Splatoon 2. It's just painful. It's just good.
Yeah, and it's always painful to get beaten like that on a map that you like, on a map where everybody's comfortable. Like, this is a very strong start for GOAT into that final, and Megawatt, they need as strong as a counterpick. They need really to make a statement of their own if they want to be back mentally into that set. And guess what? I mean, it's the Eliter. It's the Eliter counterpick.
Okay, I'm gonna redo this. All right, I'm gonna redo the intro here when this map gets shown on stream. Like, a second I see it on my Twitch stream, I will redo this intro.
It's the Eliter counterpick. Like,
it is really the Eliter counterpick.
Why are you surprised?
I'm not surprised. I'm just really disappointed. Anyway, everybody, welcome back to Try to Cup 227.
Get this man off the mic!
Can you blame me? Can you really blame me?
Yes, I can.
No, you cannot. You cannot.
I blame you, Pat. I blame you.
Why? I literally said stop
complaining.
picking freaking splat zones. You have 3 other game modes. If you ask me nicely, you can even pick turf war if you want to.
No, you can't. It's against the rules, and we won't let you.
Know how many times paddling pool rules have been broken? Like we had like two like math in the same like match, and I was like, listen, it's late, just play it. If none of you care, just play it. And I had like one turn by TO, but the same map was played 3 times in a row. It was really funny, actually.
Pat, I will have you fired.
I was already fired from being a TO. But you don't have to do that.
Anyways, Megawatt is getting the first opening on the map, and I mean that's the diff from having the Elite, and the Elite staying in position, Yoshel staying there, means they're going to be able to score some points. GOAT right now are looking to get things going their way, but that Zuka is not going to go anywhere, because yes, Hammer beats Zuka and Zenith. Not wasting any time, moving into GOAT territory, getting punished for it. But right now the fights are staying away from the zone, and well, GOAT is finally able to get near the zone and able to at least neutralize it and apply penalty. But they pay dearly for that.
Yeah.
What?
I was very much looking at what's happening right now. I was looking at the fight between the Editor and the Inkjet, but I was honestly very disappointed that neither was able to get a splat. 3 players are down though on the side of Megawatt. That's very good for GOAT, as they're now able to push in. Everyone's respawning and jumping behind that little block. That's super cheeky because the Editor just can't hit there. Come Runner! It's deep! Gets the splat on the special medic out of all people. That's unfortunate for the special. I feel like if you're there and you get splat like that, that must be annoying, because especially because the combo didn't even know you were there. Hammer goes in, doesn't do a whole lot, then it gets a trade. 3 players down now on the side of GOAT though, meaning that Megawatt can recapture that zone and set up again. And this definitely is a good counter pick from Megawatt, as they've been scoring a lot more points than GOAT has.
Yeah. Ooh, a very nice Zuka on your shell. Suddenly, it's GOAT that's completely outranging Megawatt, and they're going to be able to really move forward and get the zone out of that Phoenix. Already on the zone with the Inkjet, but the Eliter is back in place, so it's Inkjet versus Eliter. That's going to go for the Eliter though, and right now Yoshel is going to probably give the team the advantage. Oh, okay. That's a very nice trade from Yoshel, and but that means Megawatt, they're gonna get the zone, they keep the lead, they apply penalty, and they don't have that much penalty of their own.
They really don't. It's good for Megawatt because they want to extend the lead as far as they can, get away from GOAT. 69 nice points on that board. Penalty has been ended. It's been broken through, and they're again trying to push point. Tri-Track coming out, Trizuka coming out. That poor Katana is just being hammered left and right. Uses their own hammer, says now this is what a real hammer looks like. Gets a splat onto the splash shot, throws it off. Almost hits the ball point there. 2 players on again for GOAT, and only 15 ticks left on that zone timer for Megawatt. 2 players down and neutralized. It somehow got captured by GOAT with a very sliver of perfection. In terms of paint percentage, gets that zone covered. That's good because they've broken now through their penalty and are starting to score some points of their own.
Yeah, GOAT getting that capture in the nick of time, and now that they're rid of their penalty, they're scoring points, they're making the best of it. If they can keep Megawatt from pushing in, they could get that lead and they could get that game. I mean, at this point, like, getting the lead without getting the game would be incredibly close. But Megawatt says no. Megawatt applies penalty, keeps the game going much longer, and with that wipeout right now, Megawatt has a very good option on victory. There's just a minute left, and Megawatt, the clock is ticking in favor of Megawatt. But another bazooka on the Elite. We saw that exact Zuka shot earlier in the game. But it looks like Megawatt doesn't care. Even if the Elite is not there, they're staying in position and keeping GOAT from approaching the zone. Right now, it's just Yoshio. That's going to not be enough. GOATs are in control of the zone, but they need to keep it, because like that's almost going to be an overtime win that they're going to need.
Yeah, they do, but this zone capture might be super important. GOAT has come back earlier, and they can come back now if they want to. But with the losing it's going to be difficult. 2 players down on both of the map, making 3 sides for GOAT. As it either had a very, very good shot, and the V1 punches are going to make it even more difficult. The penalty for Megawatt is almost over. The clock has almost run out. GOAT have to go in a capture zone. They have to capture it fast. The katana against the pop is going to be super difficult. The pop has to use their inkjet fast. The zone is neutralized. Can GOAT capture it? Yes, they can. Can they hold it? That's the real question. They have to hold it for about 50 more ticks to win. Daisuke coming out for Megawatt, going to get a splat, and with that, going to capture the zone, taking game number 2, but that had to go all the way to overtime.
That was a very, very close game. And Megawatt can say that they have taken 1 game off of GOAT. It was a close one, but again, like, that Elite is so good on their. GOAT showed us that with 1 Zuka shot, you can completely stop that Elite from being on the map. And really, like, circumvent that. But right now, they're going to choose the counter pick. They're going to choose the map and the mode. And they're not wasting any time. Splat zones, Flounder hides. Hats. Do we see the mini again?
Well, everybody, welcome to Triton Cup 228.
Mini! We can talk about... Oh, stop complaining.
Oh, I will. No. Okay, out of all these maps, I feel like this is the interesting one, especially if another Zinc mini splatling will come out. I really hope one does. I really hope another Zinc will come out. I really do.
Come on,
that'll be
Phoenix.
really fun. That's the one thing I like about this map mode now, is that someone out there on the top team plays Zinc mini splatling on this map mode. That's the one thing I will like about it. I will accept this one, but not the others.
Yes, and look at that. It looks like GOAT is not wasting any time. They selected the map, the mode, pretty much instantly, and almost as instantly they all pressed A. Like, okay, we know exactly what we want to do. Meanwhile, Megawatt, like, they take a bit more time to discuss strategy before they get into that game. And like, that's the question. Like, everybody in chat is asking for it. Do we get a Zimmy?
They better. I will leave. I will leave at this moment if they do not play a Zinc mini splatling. I am honest. Okay, maybe I should, because it could matter me. But I probably, in my head, will be like, no, never mind. This is not fun anymore. There it is! There it is! This has made my evening. I will say it's okay now that we only play splat zones, because we get to enjoy Phoenix Bats Zimmy again. Can they do the same thing they did in the last game where they played Mini and absolutely shredded with this thing? They have to fight against 2 giant spatlings now.
Yeah.
It's gonna make it a little bit more difficult. It's gonna make it a little bit more difficult. The crab tank is out, which is gonna make it more annoying for the Mini to go in. But the Mini is waiting patiently, getting the bubbler ready, getting their disruptors on the field, getting a very good disruptor right there, actually, onto the top of that little building. And actually very annoying to place disruptor. There goes the bubbler. Ooh. Bubbler out on the field, survives the attack from Megawatt, and this is good for the entire team, because when they can capture the zone, they can capture the splats as well. Gets 1 splat, gets 2 splats there. They lost the zone, but a little opening for GOAT will help them technically win this game. They can technically win a game off this if no other team scores. That happened before in splat zones. Yeah. But that won't happen at this level. But still, a very good opening bubbler for GOAT. Unfortunately, in terms of points, it didn't really translate. But those bubblers are still going to be annoying for Megawatt to deal with the second GOAT put one up again.
And Bazooka is not going to connect much right now. It's 2 versus 2, both teams just looking at each other's zone, trying to get the advantage. And it looks like GOAT finally able again to scrap a bit more points, a bit more crumbs of points. Like, this is not going anywhere, but it looks like Megawatt slowly has to move back, and GOAT in control of both zones are able to score and get past that 90 points mark.
Someone in chat actually pointed out something very interesting on Sam, that Megawatt does not actually have a strong lethal bomb. They have stuff like the soda bomb, which a fizzy bomb. So I forgot to say fizzy bomb and burst bomb, but that's it. They don't really have any other bombs that can instantly kill someone. So people are running out of the bubbler, they cannot throw a bomb in the bubbler and instantly smack them. This is actually very good for GOAT, because they can just score a lot of points here and spam bubblers for free, because there's almost no punishment to it.
And GOAT right now getting the delayed wide, but there's still a jump in by Bob Scary with the splash, trying to neutralize the zone, but not enough. He's going to trade onto the zone, and right now Megawatt need to run in and try for the desperate push, but that's not going to be enough. And GOAT is going to take game 3, and GOAT is 1 game away from being again your paddling pool champions, because GOAT won last week.
They did.
By the way.
Wow. I actually didn't watch last week. Sorry. I have a very good reason. I didn't watch last week paddling pool. Okay, I have a very legit reason.
Okay.
It was my birthday. And
it was
out.
Your birthday.
It was my birthday last week.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. I was on Twitter. I didn't tell all the people actually. I just put it on Twitter like, hey, it's my birthday, funny.
Nobody reads Twitter anymore. You don't do that.
It's X now. Yeah, that's true.
Nobody cares how it's called. It's dying.
You know what I miss from, like, social media? I miss Splatoon 1 Twitter. Thank you, Scally, for the birthday wishes. I genuinely miss Splatoon 1 Twitter. That stuff was absolutely magical. It was insane how funny that was. That was a very good era in Splatoon social media.
Okay, I believe.
Like, I just wanted to mention to the people who were there. Like, that's when, like, all the top players were kids and unfiltered, and it was extremely funny.
That doesn't sound like the best thing to me. But
no, it was okay. It wasn't good. It was just really funny. Anyway, thanks for the birthday wish, people in chat. I appreciate it, and you also, of course, thank you, Pat, for the belated birthday wish. I still appreciate it. It's a thought that matters.
Yeah.
Anyway, last game, potentially.
Maybe the last game.
Maybe.
Megawatt probably has to say something about that, and we're going to go on Museum.
On Splash Zones again.
Yeah, it's a great mode.
You know, maybe if we pick something else on Splash Zones, it would be more interesting. But, I don't know. I'm not a top player anymore. And I would never will.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to invest the amount of time into playing Splatoon.
Yeah, we'd rather talk about the game.
Yeah, I feel like it's easier. Like some people always ask me, why do you start casting over playing? And it's like, okay, look, I can enjoy the top of every single tournament that I want to without ever having to play it.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't amazing?
Yeah.
And I even get invited for, like, other stuff. No, I haven't messaged Breeze, actually. Oh, so yeah, Breeze! Are you going to Breeze? Like, in November? Because, you know, Breeze, like, LAN got announced again. It was to me, it was almost, like, Breeze was, like, the fun one. Like, Breeze was, like, all my friends are there for some reason.
I mean, RSL was the fun one for me, but you were working, so...
Yeah, I mean, RSL, I was just sprinting all over the place. RSL also was really good. Like, I really enjoyed it in the Netherlands. Mainly because it was, like, 20 minutes, like, from my house. Let's rename this Triton Cup on Wednesdays. Harry, I agree with you there. Yes, it will be Wednesday Cup. Triton Day.
These top players are showing you why Triton Cup is so successful. It's because good players want to play zones.
That's true. Good players also play funny weapons, such as the Rapid Deco right there that Phoenix Bad is playing. Goes from a Zinc Mini to a Rapid Deco. That's what we like to see. As Megawatt gets the first push, that's what they want to see. But can they keep the zone for a longer period of time as they're slowly losing players? Tri-Strike now coming out for GOAT. Gonna make sure to neutralize the zone, but not actually follow it up with a capture. Very good defense from Megawatt. As GOAT is scrambling back to get some resources in, as they are losing quite a lot of points here.
Yeah, but Okami keeping themselves standing right there really gave the rest of GOAT the opportunity to push in and flank everything. And right now GOAT are in control of the zone and looking to establish a lockout. And that was a cheeky attack on the Eliter by Phoenix, but Phoenix is not going to be able to blast the Eliter yet.
Yeah, definitely not yet. It's so close to lead as well for GOAT. Can they keep it? No,
Nope.
no. Unfortunately, they cannot. And that's going to make it even more difficult for them. 2 players down into the Megawatt though, so that's going to make it difficult for them to defend, and everyone's making it difficult for each other. That's what we would like to see. Was Platoon gameplay that ends up almost getting a cheeky splat onto, I believe, the Eliter, was it?
Yeah,
The Eliter quickly moved up to the spinner. The defenders also now being harassed by Tri-Strikes. 2 players down for GOAT. Make that 3 players down for GOAT. That's not gonna help you hold on to that zone. These teams are really going back and forth at this game mode. They are experienced veterans if it comes to the museum.
Yeah, and right now, very nice snipe by Zenith, by Yoshel, and we are going to have like Megawatt still in control, scoring a few more points, and trying to stop that push by GOAT. And 2 picks on the blaster and the carbon. That's going to really slow down GOAT's advance. Like they are really, they have to wait for another way to push in. The Tri-Strike is going to come out though, and with just 15 points left, GOAT has to move forward, and they capture the zone hat.
They really have to capture the zone, and they have to capture it semi-fast. A big penalty applied on Megawatt though is going to help GOAT a lot. But they've been pushed back again and again and again by Megawatt. It just seems to be so much more stronger here than they have been on the previous maps. However, this tournament so far, whoever has to counterpick won that set as well. So a little bit of a pattern starting to emerge here. Yammer inside of the base of GOAT. You're gonna waste a little time, and that time is crucial because that penalty for Megawatt is about to run out, and that means only 15 ticks are remaining for victory. That Tri-Strike did absolutely nothing. The zone is 3 players down, and a full wipeout on the side of GOAT means Megawatt will take this to game 5. And boy, oh boy, will this be interesting in this battling pool. It will probably be another Splatstones game, but a game 5 in the finals, that's what we would love to see, because it means these teams are unbelievably close, and they have been fighting neck on neck with each other. Every single game I'm watching, like, I'm not sure who's gonna win.
And we have game 5 in that final, very contested, but as you said, like, both teams have won on their counter pick so far. And here you have it. I hope you're happy. We are going to Rainmaker on Undertow Spillway.
That does actually make me very happy. Like, I'll be honest. That does actually make me very happy.
Like, this map mode is so volatile. Having that as a decider is going to be crazy. Like, do not blink, because if one team manages to move forward, things could snowball so fast. Things could happen so fast, and a lead could swap in an instant. So this is going to be the most tense final game of the finals of Paddling Pool. And let's see, like, which of these teams is able to get the best of it. Hat, are you ready for the final game?
Especially now with being Rainmaker, I am very ready for the final game. Like, I'm really ready for the final game. I'm gonna be honest here.
Well, let's see what these players have in store. This is the tiebreaker. This is the one for all the marbles. And we see Megawatt coming with about the same comp, except no more Eliter. They have a ballpoint instead. Meanwhile, GOAT back with what we could call their regular comp with Phoenix on the ballpoint and the rest on what I think they've been playing pretty much the whole game.
I feel like the comps haven't been changing all too much. GOAT definitely throwing some oddball weapons in there, such as the mini and the rapid. But I feel like here they're just playing it safe for the finals, you know. And I think this also is one of the best comps for this map mode. I mean, it's been a staple to Splatoon meta for quite some time now, so I can understand why they're playing it. Megawatt though is a staple of pushing because they just pushed to checkpoint 1 without a single effort being thrown in. Within the first 30 seconds, actually get a checkpoint capture that's quite big, and the Dutch put a decent amount of pressure onto GOAT because they're not pushing. They're far away from pushing. They're still going. They only lost 1 player, and the ballpoint from GOAT is gone. That's not gonna help you at all. Dryzuka is out in the field, so is the tactical cooler for GOAT, but I don't know how much it will help. With Megawatt is being pushing in so extremely aggressive, and not even that, just wasting a lot of time because time in Rainmaker is way more valuable than time in, for example, Splat Zones, because you can actually delay in this game and waste time in this game. It's a little more difficult on Splat Zones. So, a very strong opening for Megawatt here.
Yeah, but Megawatt still looking to extend that lead. Really, they managed to get that checkpoint and they managed to get to 36, which is a decent first push. But this is certainly not the last push of the game, and now it's GOAT's turn to really move forward. They already have the Rainmaker in mid and are looking to extend with it. But Inkjet is going to get the pick on the crab tank and is going to allow the rest of GOAT to really get the opportunity to get in. But it's going to be stopped there. I didn't notice the Rainmaker getting stopped by Megawatt, but it looks like right now it is standing in mid and ooh! Okay, that Inkjet is stopped by Zuka.
Very good Zuka shot. And this is what GOAT is wanting. They wanted to kind of opening for themselves to start pushing in. Okami going to help the Rainmaker by painting a pedestal, but there's a cheeky little Splash-O-Matic with a huge flank. Definitely, but unfortunately for them, gets splattered by some very well-aware teammates of Okami fan as they tried to dunk the Rainmaker, but unfortunately there was a splatter shot waiting at that pedestal. Oreo does get the capture here on the checkpoint, putting it at 60 points with a very, very good splatter shot, there, delaying it just a little bit, and the little bit is just enough for the teammates of Megawatt to spawn and defend that Rainmaker.
Yeah, good. They got the Rainmaker, that's what they wanted, but Megawatt is not going to let them get anything more. And right now, Megawatt is back in control of the Rainmaker and looking to really push GOAT away and establish like some control into mid, but GOAT, they are keeping the aggression. They are still there, and it looks like they're running towards the Rainmaker. It's going to get punished by the... Oh, what?
Oh, no. If you look at the top, someone actually disconnected. It might have been the host. It might have been the host.
Oh, come on, give us the replay. Like, if this is a lobby DC...
I wanna say the replay.
Who was hosting? Who was hosting?
I don't know. I do
think
believe,
it was GOAT.
I do believe replay, but honestly, this replay right here is completely up to Megawatt. It is completely up to Megawatt. I want to see the replay.
Okay,
GOAT's hosting.
GOAT was hosting.
Someone from GOAT DC'd because the purple guy DC'd. So tough call. I want to see the replay I want to see replay personally because it wasn't that far in the game.
Okay,
but I can
according to the rules, Megawatt is your paddling pool champions. But I don't want it to end on that note, like.
But like you know what the thing with paddling pool is, and which I do love about paddling pool. It's like such a gentleman's tournament. Like so many times stuff like this happens, and we're gonna replay. We do actually replay. It has been confirmed. Megawatt said, "See, I want this to win, so I want the rulebook, but it's on stream, so replay."
Yeah,
Xenit Zedek is an absolute legend. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
that Zenith is an absolute legend.
Thank you, Xenith, for giving us that gift of that replay. And
Do switch up host though. That's like one question. Do switch the host just to be sure.
Yeah, we'd rather. But we're going to get right in the lobby, and we're going to see that final game. And like both teams now, they have to adapt to what they've seen. They know what each other is going to do. Watch the other guy is going to attempt what trap they have set up. And there's that edge, like, do we let Megawatt get away with what they did? How do we stop that? How do we adapt? How do they adapt? And like right now, Megawatt has the mental edge because that's their game. Like, if they wanted to say we win, they won. And right now they are just they want to show that they can win this one legit. And you have to respect that immensely.
I really respect it. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's what I said. Paddling pool in a way like this, it's such a gentleman's tournament, and when stuff like this happens, people is like, okay, we want a rule book, but the stream is also important, and the viewership. So, and to be fair, winning the proper way is better than winning by rule book.
And I'm pretty sure all of these guys already have the Sendoing badge, anyways.
Yeah.
Like, you come to Paddling Pool to play games, and that's what we're seeing right now. 8 awesome people playing games.
That's exactly what we want to see. Anyways, let's start off this replay here. It's a little bit slower than it was in the first game, because Megawatt at this point by now already had the first checkpoint captured. So GOAT definitely has put what they learned onto the test. Let's see if it will change the outcome though. 2 players go down on each side, preventing each other's push, because exactly the same sort of people got splatted. This means 3 players are now down for Megawatt though. They're all just respawning, and that might be good for GOAT, but I feel like it's going to be a little bit more of a stalemate into the center until something actually big happens. Like 3 players go down on one side and 0 on the other, but we have to see. Specials are still being charged, some are being used in a fight. Hammer goes out. It actually gets some cover. I didn't expect that. It's a little bit of an opening here for Megawatt, but they also lost their ballpoint, so they have to wait a little bit for they can actually start pushing.
Yeah, and it looks like GOAT is in a good position to push. They have the cooler, they have the numbers advantage, and they have the inkjet. Absolutely creating like so much pressure, forcing everybody from Megawatt to be on the defensive, and they're going to get the right checkpoint. Really, like, that's the one you get when you want to get the checkpoint quick and be done with it, even though you know you're not gonna get much more points after that. Like, that's very hard to get more points, but oh, a double with 1 Zuka shot, and right now Megawatt are in the position to get the attack. The Rainmaker is going to be stopped though, and that's going to give GOAT the opportunity to defend, and they have the Zuka at the ready from the carbon to get that defense going.
Productive defense from GOAT is a little on the poor side though. However, the Batana missed their hammer onto the ballpoint. Ballpoint got splattered regardless by them, but still it could have been a little bit better, as GOAT is still having to defend. That Rainmaker is in the hands of Storm, who behind the pedestal for protection gets that Rainmaker onto the pedestal, but be at 61 because you can have equal scores between, which is still one fixed every single day. But that does mean that Build Scary gets the Rainmaker and starts pushing it to 50 points, giving them a very, very good lead. And that's going to make it a little bit more difficult for GOAT here, because they thought they were safe with the lead. They thought they were safe with 3 players alive, but somehow they sneaked in to get those points. It is huge, huge, huge right now for Megawatt.
Yeah, that lead is far from secure, but having the lead, even a small one, is so good for your team, especially when there's just 2 minutes left in that game, in that set. And we see Oreo like just trying to get in, and Megawatt defending successfully. It's just the ballpoint, trying to give the jumps to the team, trying to keep the dream alive for GOAT, and Megawatt is going to keep things at bay and keep things going their way. And right now Megawatt, They have the 10 points, but give them the W right now.
Yeah, those 10 points are winning them the game. 1 minute and 35 seconds left on the clock for GOAT to push. They're opting to go to the right. Very good Suka shot by the splatter shot from GOAT. And Oreo now on the side, but having a fight against the Patatas. But they somehow win the fight. But there is the splatter shot. And the splatter shot just says straight up, no, thank you, come again. As the defender of the Rainmaker are opting to pop that shield and not pick it up to instant reset it. Now with the Inkjet luring, they're gonna pick it up and jump it off the map. Very good plays here by Megawatt, especially on the time waster side. A minute left on the clock for GOAT to score a small 11 points. But those 11 points at this point feels like a full knockout for them.
Yeah, and we've just 45 seconds left in the game. GOAT, right now, that lead of 10 points looks bigger and bigger with every second passing. And GOAT are struggling just to get things going their way. They need something big, and that pick on the ball point is a very, very good start for that.
Yeah, if they can get rid of the crab tank as well, it will be amazing. But they lost 3 players, unfortunately. So even if they get rid of the crab tank now, it's not going to do a whole lot. The Rainmaker has been popped, but there goes the splatter shot. The late splat right there is actually huge for Megawatt, because that means GOAT have to push, and they only have 3 players to do it. They pick up the Rainmaker now. They actually be quite safe here. GOAT's Rainmaker has not. I thought it was popped. It was not.
It's
and with
just
a full wipeout.
The
full wipeout. Megawatt in a gentleman's replay literally says, okay, if you have to do it the real way, we will do it the real way, as Megawatt will be your battling pool 227 champions.
Come on, everybody, give it up for Megawatt. Congratulations to them. That was a great final, and that was awesome to watch it with you, Hat.
It really was. Even though I'm only complaining about splat zones half the tournament, which is still fair, which is still legit. It's still something I would legitimately complain about every single time I only see splat zones.
Yeah.
It was a very, very good tournament, a very well-deserved win. And overall, this is one of those battling pools. It will go back into the books. We'll look back at this and like, yeah, that was a good battling pool.
Oh, yeah.
I had a lot of fun being back on the mic after quite some time, actually.
Yeah.
I think it's like 2 months. I was so busy, man. Like holidays and other stuff. But it feels good to be back onto the mic, and it feels good, of course, casting with my very favorite co-host, the man whose name is almost like mine. But yeah, I think this will be it for us. Yeah. But before we go, there's always just the same question. Everyone knows at this point, but I will still ask it. Pat, where on social media can we find you?
Well, you can find me at Pat or Tom on Twitter. And Hat, where can people find you?
You can find me at CasterHat on Twitter. I do a lot of random stuff. Actually, if you're interested, and this is very mouth-watering. Do you like Legos? I mean, everyone likes Lego. Let's be real.
Who doesn't like Legos?
Because of the birthday thing we mentioned earlier, if you look at my Twitter, you'll see a lot of Lego. Don't be jealous. Don't go to my house and steal it. Don't do that. But do check out my Twitter. It's at CasterHat. But there's also Brownie. There's also Brownie, our lovely streamer. If they can get on the mic and tell us where we find Brownie. I want to say him, but I don't know if it's the right pronouns. So Brownie, where can we find you on Twitter? Or whatever social media you like to use. Brownie?
Well,
it appears Brownie.
Hey, Brownie.
Hey! You can find me on Twitter with Brownie, and on Twitch I'm streaming sometimes Brownie too. Yeah, that is everything.
Nice. I think with that we will say goodbye and see you next week on Battling Pool.